Are you ready to see what I'm sending out for my next Happy Mail gift? Okay, so I'm speeding up this video because I don't want to take forever getting to the point. And so I'm just going to show you what is inside this 12 by 12 envelope that I made out of cardstock. And I put an envelope on the inside, and there's a little journal that I made and out of just some leftover scrapbook paper. Sewed in some plain copy paper on the sewing machine and a little scripture note card and a altered paper clip. And next up, that goes in an envelope. I'll get that shipped out. And I want to show you a beautiful way to make your own fabric envelopes using up scrap pieces of fabric and recycling envelopes that you have received. And you can use any size envelope that you want. This just happens to be a larger envelope. So I'm going to glue down, first of all of the little bits and pieces of fabric. And I like to use Aleene's tacky glue, and then I use just a regular paintbrush so that I'm not having to touch any of the glue. And wax paper also is very useful and helpful. And it does not matter, just put the glue, and you don't have to worry about every little edge of the fabric being glued down, because we're going to stitch this all on the machine, and that will take care of any of the little rough edges. This is a great mixed media project of using paper and fabric. And the reason why I am showing you this is because I have a new series that's going to be coming out in 2025 that I'm going to be doing and working on for the whole year. And it's all about mixed media, using your paper and your fabric scraps. And I also will be doing a new series with my friend Linda Coker and at Icky Chic, and she will be doing videos, and I'll be doing videos together on a certain theme. So stay tuned for that. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I did a landscape project, and her and I swapped landscape foundations, and then we finished them. So she has a recent video that she did of finishing a landscape that I sent her. So now I'm going to get the ones that she sent me out, and now that I've finished my larger quilt project for the year. And then I am going to finish putting the elements onto that landscape, and I'll show you what I came up with. But check out her video, and you'll be able to click the link in the description to visit her channel. And I'm going to just finish this up with gluing down the fabrics. And you don't have to do it in any particular order, no particular shape or size. And you can use polyesters, silks, cottons, whatever you have on hand is perfectly fine for this project. The envelopes are very thin. It's not heavy cardstock, so they're very easy to work with. And since we're opening up the envelope you'll have the natural crease lines that will be there still, so that when we're all done, the final result will be able to be folded just back the way it was before, and we will glue the flaps back in place, and it's just a beautiful presentation. So there's several steps to this process, and this is the first step in the process, is to get your fabric scraps and your envelope, paper envelope as the base, and your glue, your tacky glue, and then just glue everything into place. So I just have this one little flap here left to go, and the bottom area, and then that will be finished, and then this will dry. So the key element here is to give it several hours to dry. So what I do is I let it dry for at least an hour facing up this way. Then I turn it over and I let it air dry with the paper side facing up. And then that is able to get air to both sides, and it will dry perfectly. And it's just easy then to go through your sewing machine. So we're not going to sew this by hand. It will be done on the sewing machine, so that is so much easier. And I'm trimming off any larger pieces right now, but anything that is hanging over the edge, you can see there's a lot of stuff hanging over the edge. Don't worry about that. Wait until it dries, and then you come back in, and then we're going to trim that up. Very easy to do. And again, as you see, I mean, you're seeing the process here. Super, super easy. And it just is, I mean, you will be amazed at how beautiful it turns out like this. And the next piece of the process is coming up. So once it's dry, then I'll show you what's the next step that we're going to do, something else to add. So there's a couple of layers to this. I would say 3 different layers and elements that go into place. So again, you start with your paper envelope, open it up, be very careful. You don't want to tear the flaps. You want those to be intact. And so just be extremely slow about it. And then have your fabric scraps and just enjoy the process. You can, if you want to do a certain element, a certain theme, you could do a blue and a white, a pink and a white, just pastels, just darker colors. I mean, the sky's the limit with this. But this is a great way to use up those scraps. And I have made these for wedding keepsake envelope gifts. So you can put your card and your cash gift inside, and then give them as an anniversary gift, any occasion, truly any occasion. But I made them and sold them in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine, as wedding gifts. So now it is dry. I trimmed it up. And the next layer, we want to cut some shapes out of our fusible scrap fabric. So if you watch any of my past videos of doing the fusing, the fabric fusion, then that's where this comes in, this technique. I'm taking a large piece I did hearts and leaves, and now I'm going to cut pieces of lace, and then I'm just going to cut it into strips, and I'm going to cover up every seam junction with whatever length that the seam goes. That's the length that I'm cutting the lace. So now I'm just going to fill that in as you're seeing me do here, and then it's going to just be absolutely beautiful. And then all of the little heart and leaf shapes that I just cut out of the iron-on, has the iron-on backing, is going to be ironed on over the corners of the lace and to the fabric. That holds all the lace in place, so then I can take it to the third step, which is the sewing machine. And if you're able to notice how beautiful it looks with the lace added, isn't that just makes all the difference in the world? And you can use any color lace that you want. Now I'm just peeling off the paper backing of the adhesive, and I'm ironing on the little hearts and the leaf shapes. So the flap is facing me, so everything needs to be going in the right direction. I don't want the hearts upside down or the leaf upside down. But everything else on it, I can go in any direction that I want to. So in a minute, once I get these all ironed into place, then I will show you an up close. And with the zigzag stitching as well, you saw the picture in the beginning, but now at the end you'll see the final presentation. And I mean, it's just absolutely, I cannot emphasize enough, adding these little elements of the iron-on pieces is a game changer with the presentation. And hearts, you cannot go wrong with hearts, and the leaf shape is absolutely adorable as well. So if you have any stencils like I did, and just draw them out, trace them out on the back on the iron-on, and then it really works best if you have the peel, heat and bond the peel off, because then you can trace onto the paper. If you just use fusible web, I don't think you have that iron-on backing piece. So I don't know how that would work to, use an ink pen like I did, but give it a whirl. And let me know if you've done that before. Let me know if you've ever done this kind of thing. Let me know that in the comments below. I'd love to know that. Okay, so I'm almost getting to the end of finishing up this, and it's just, turns out so adorable. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I just love it. And, you can use any shape that you want. I went small because of the little piece that I had left over, but you can do it in any size. All right, so now I'm going to sew this on my machine, and I was going to use the green, but I decided to just go with this like orangish red color that I have in the machine already. And I was going to add some of these little fibers, but once I got it all done, I decided that I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to show you here now a close-up. And this is with just the little heart shapes and the leaf shapes with the lace. And you see how pretty that is? Look at how pretty that turned out. Absolutely just a beautiful gift. So easy. And you just put your card in it and your gift in it, where it could be a gift card, check, cash, whatever it is you're giving. Airline tickets, cruise tickets, whatever, depending on the occasion and who the recipient is. But I'm just using a zigzag, and I'm using my Brother Project Runway sewing machine, and I'm using the number 4 zigzag stitch. So just in case you wanted to know that. But I mean, this is such a cheerful gift, and it's just a great way to use up those scraps. It's something different and out of the ordinary. So, I mean, I came up with this idea. I don't even know how. I did years and years and years ago. And I don't know if it was when I was doing the cash envelope system wallets that came up with the idea, but I had gotten a custom order from a lady from Canada who was getting married, and her and her fiance, and they wanted me to do custom envelopes with a poem they had put. I mean, it was a really amazing. I used to do some amazing custom work for people, and I think that's what got my creative juices and spark going. And so I printed out like 100 of the envelopes, and then I don't even remember now what I did to them, but they turned out absolutely beautiful. Oh, I think it was her artwork. I think that's what it was, her artwork on it. So I had to print the artwork on the envelopes, on the paper, and then make them into the envelopes. It was really amazing. So what do you think? Please watch my next video, and thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.